Hello, my dear snowflakes. Welcome back to another stream. I hope you're doing well and I hope you're having a nice day. Wait, hang on. I forgot to open up stream avatars. That's my bad. Give me a second. Anyway, today, what we are doing is we are going to be doing something new. Um, so the other day, when we were playing Roblox with Jack, I mentioned that previously I had played, to my knowledge, every tycoon game, like ty they're like idle games. Every tycoon game that had been announced at the time. Or not announced. Every tycoon game that had been released at the time. So, after after stream, it was a couple days later, so it was like 2-ish days ago. I thought, hey, why don't I check out um the like current state of tycoon games on Roblox. And after typing tycoon into the Roblox search bar, I noticed a few things. First of all, games aren't called games anymore, which I have no opinion on. It's just a weird thing I've noticed. A little suspicious. They've rebranded them to experiences, uh, which fair. I suppose a lot of them were just like not even games, they were just scams. Hi, Kara. Welcome in. I'm just doing the intro and explaining what's going on for today's stream. Um, so yeah, a lot of the quote Roblox games were just like click this link for free Robux, and then it just gave you like 50 viruses. So that's probably why they stopped calling them games and just started calling them experiences. Uh, but that is the first thing I noticed is that they're just called experiences. But then the main thing I noticed was that tycoon games have changed a lot. Like they are essentially the same, right? You have your conveyor belt, you have your droppers. Droppers drop blocks onto the conveyor belt, they bring it to the end. Press a button to get money to get more. Very idle game. Um, but what's different is that they've been like the current trend is very like YouTube Kids clickbait, kinda. Like it looks like it's advertising to 4-year-olds, which seems unethical because those same ones have like 5 times the amount of times they ask for Robux than they used to. There's like pop-ups constantly popping up on the screen. There are buttons everywhere that you can accidentally step on to just spend Robux. Like this, it seems like they are trying to make money off of 4-year-olds. So I was like, okay, well, why don't I just make one myself? Because like when you download Roblox, right, it comes with a download for the Roblox Studio. So as you can see, I started an experience here. I called it non-exploitative tycoon. Um, And basically, what I've done before stream was I set up, if it'll load, hang on. What I did was I set up a rudimentary, like, Roblox Tycoon spawn area where you got doors. Um, my avatar is not rendering properly, but that's fine, probably. Um, you got doors that when you go through them will claim that area for you. Eventually will assign you to a color-based team, and um, you do the tycoon from there. Um, it took me a surprisingly large amount of time to set up these couple pathways. Uh, but I did. I should let you know that I found the doors and these three droppers uh in like the asset store. So they're not made by me, obviously, but I figured they could make good placeholders until I learn how to do it myself. Um, yeah, that's about as much as I did e before stream. If anyone watching is familiar with Unity, this is a very Unity-esque search and uh game en game engine. So, like, I'm already pretty familiar with the engine itself. I just don't know the language. The language it uses for its scripts is Luau, which the Roblox Studio website claims is a modified version of Lua, which I am also unfamiliar with. But after looking at the website for a bit, it looks like it's sort of Python-y, sort of Java-y, that kind of thing, just with a lot of stuff taken out. So I haven't really done anything other than placing things in their spots. So first things first, I need to figure out how to make these tycoons be claimable. Oh, also, I assigned them each a color. Um, this is red, that's orange, ye yellow, green, blue, and purple. Just basic rainbow. I'm not aiming for anything necessarily special with this. I just wanted there to be some tycoon games that exist anymore that aren't targeted to 4-year-olds. Just just a basic tycoon. Um, so let's check to see how they have the scripts going for this like example one. Oh, also, let me check to see who made these assets. Uh, the user uh Derek Zester made the doors and these three droppers. The grid uh the like grid texture I'm using for the path and walkways. Which one was that? I got two of them. Uh, hang on. Development grid. Okay. So that one was number one Riker made made this texture. Just to cover my citing the sources bases. It's all that. We got local tycoon, so they're making a local variable of tycoon is workspace.wait for child tycoon. Let me check the the website. Uh, because I don't know what wait for child means, honestly. I when I was looking at the website, I pretty much only learned um how to make arrays. Represents Okay, so workspace represents the game world. This location works well for server scripts that attach directly to objects and control their behavior. Okay. I will say they're like language uh their language manual is a lot harder to navigate than Unity's or Game Maker's. So it's gonna take me a second to figure out how everything. is laid out. Hi, you might want to size down the chat. It shouldn't be taking up half your screen. Uh, I will think about it. I've been streaming for a while, and this is just how I have my chat. Thinking back, and I'm pretty sure I can only think of like 3 or 4 Tycoon games that aren't clickbaity or full of purchases. They're still all older ones. There were some that were very clickbaity, but like it's it's worse. Like the least clickbaity ones now are worse than the most clickbaity ones from back when I played. Um, Granted, I played a long, long time ago. There was there were not many around back then. Uh, but yeah, Chicken Nugget 3E2231. I will think about it. Uh, but welcome to the chat. Thank you for your first ever chat in the on the channel. Um, Telling me my layout sucks. I'm just kidding. I appreciate the feedback. I will size it down a bit. Also, it's not taking up half my screen. It's like barely a third. What did I just? Oh, that's the backdrop. Hang on. What do I have it set for in the capture card scene? There-ish. Okay. There. Is that better? Okay, maybe not half, but if people want to help the chat, if you want to help, the chat might block Explorer and some of the script editor. Fair. Here. I'll position it so chat is within the game screen. There we go. So technically it's in the script editor, but it's in this like blank space that's not really being used yet. Print, I'm in the script, let's go. Um, I don't know where I'd even put that. I'm still trying to learn what wait for child means. Like I said, I'm completely unfamiliar with luau and lua, and I'm learning this as we go. Actually, wait, hang on. Let me make this take up the um only half the screen so I can still read chat. Wait for child yield stops the script until it finds what it's looking for. Okay. So I gotta make a child. I kind of assumed that that's what it meant. So I guess I gotta make. Okay, I think I understand. Um I gotta make the tycoon itself and then register that as tycoon. I think. Tycoon wait for child owner. Entrance wait for child entrance. Okay, so tycoon tycoon waits for owner? Am I understanding this? You normally don't need to use wait for child on the server since everything is already loaded in. I see. Okay. I'm just gonna delete all this. actually I'll comment that out so that it's not um so that it's not like permanently deleted in case I need it later. But I will uh make it so that it doesn't exist, sort of. Door touched connect function part. Local. Okay, so this is saying that if the door, which was registered or which was like initiated as waiting for the as like a sub parameter of entrance, not a sub parameter, but it's like a child of entrance. Uh, so I guess I do need this because it's calling door, and door is dependent on entrance. Entrance is dependent on tycoon, and then owner is also called later on. So character is parent is the parent of part. Am I understanding this correctly? You can press Control slash to quick comment the line. Oh, I didn't know that. Thank you for the tip. Local player equals games. So the game dot players get player from character. If player, so if it's the if you are the player and if you are the owner, so if the player touches it and if that player is the owner, which waits for child and tycoon wait for child. Okay, so owner is a part of tycoon. I'm understanding this more. So tycoon is part of workspace, owner is part of tycoon, entrance is part of tycoon, and door is part of entrance. I see. Okay. Like I said, it's gonna take me a second. Oh no, the if dot owner value is just making sure owner has something in it. Oh, okay. So what's this mean? I know in like Java and Python and stuff, equals is equal to, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to. What's tilde equals? Is it like approximately equal to? It basically is. Oh, it's not equal to. Okay. I don't understand why they didn't just make it not equal to, but new language, new rules. Um, okay, so if owner isn't the player, then it kills them. Good to know. I was gonna save that for upgrade later on, so I can just boop, boop, and boop. Um, boop, and boop. Because I was gonna make like an up. You can also highlight lines and press Control slash. Good to know. But yeah, I was gonna save this to have like a separate object be like those like um the like lasers that they used to have where if it's on and you're not the person, it kills you. I need that first if. Do I? If player, then no, because if I'm getting rid of this whole thing, then this whole if else is is because basically I'm just making it so that this never is called. So it's always going to be else if there's no if statement. I mean, granted, you are the like quote expert comparatively, so I guess I should probably just trust you. But like, I don't see why it would be necessary. It is checking if owner has a player in it. If it doesn't, then it makes the player owner. You've removed the else, which will make everyone touches the owner no matter what. I thought it was saying that it's setting the person to their health to 0 if they touch it, if they're not the owner. I thought that's what this line is, and everything else around this line is just if statements. Am I understanding this incorrectly? It was checking if the owner exists, and if it does. Oh, okay. Interesting. Yeah, I would do this with like a um I would do this with like a whatchamacallit, a template, because I know Roblox has a lot of like template experiences you can do, but none of them are applicable to what I'm trying to do. If you don't want it to kill you, you can just comment the dot health out. Oh, okay. Good to know. Uh, so otherwise, okay, so if they're not the owner, then wait, no. If owner doesn't have a value, then it will um owner uh it'll set the value to the player. Okay, so that's what I was missing. I just wasn't reading far enough. Sorry, I meant the entire line. Oh, okay. In that case, I'll just dash dash that. No, no. And do this the smart way. And if I really wanted to do this the smart way, I could comment this out, and then I could make this, no, right, because it's different now. It's tilde. No. You know what? I'm just gonna leave it. I'm just gonna leave it because I don't know the smart logic gates yet. I'll 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 probably adjust that later on, but for now this works. It sets the owner to the player, makes the door transparent-ish. I do want to change this to 0. Entrance dot display. Entrance display surface GUI. Okay, so then it'll adjust to be the player's name. So let's see if this works. 0 means visible. Oh, well that's just dumb. But okay, I will fix that. Why is this one already auto-signed? Why is this why does this one not have a why is what? They're all the exact same door. I copy pasted them. Why is this one different? It's also not held together? What? Are they all like that? Hang on. Did I not did I not anchor them? Let me go check. No, this one's good. I don't know why my avatar isn't loading, but that one isn't collapsing. It's also not being claimed, but at least it's not collapsing. Huh. Okay. That's different. Oh yeah, because it's transparency, not opacity. I misread it earlier. Hang on, I need to check to see what's going on with that one. I think it was this one over here. I think it was two to the left of the droppers. What? Anchor. Are they... Did I anchor every one but that one? Is that is that what happened? Anchor, anchor, anchor. Yeah, okay. That was just the only one. Script is not going through array, so it's only running on the one tycoon. Oh, so right. Yeah, I'd have to figure out which tycoon that would be that I just edited. That was green tycoon, it looks like. No. No, that was red. So if it's going through the one tycoon. Oh wait, change line 1 to script.parent. Okay, hang on. Line 1. So like script.parent, like that? Or like change workspace. Local tycoon equals. Okay. Let's see if this works. No doors have collapsed. That's a good start. The P needs to be, oh, right, script.parent. Yeah, I'm just dumb. I can admit that. Okay, let's do this. This is the uh, green tycoon that I'm trying out. Okay, let's try out blue. I really should have probably programmed in a run button before testing it. I made them really far apart. Purple. Where is the script located? Right, because I only edited one of the scripts. You're right. That is red, so I should try red. You're smart, unlike me. Okay. Fourth time's the charm. Hey, it worked. Okay, cool. So we kind of know how this works now. We got the claiming. So let's also get can we is there like a team? No. Player dot team? Team. Yes. Equals red. Player dot team color equals red. You need to make teams in the T. Oh, okay. Uh, Players? No, that doesn't have a drop down. Starter GUI? No. Starter player? No. Wait. Teams! We found it! Team. Nice. Okay. Uh, name? Name. It's going to be red. Sorry, really red. Disable auto assign. Auto. Ah, good catch. Is it just red in quotations like that? You need to do game.teams.red. Ah, yeah, that makes sense. That is what that would be. Yeah, I had typed in teams because I had typed in team because I was like, maybe that's how you call it. But yeah, no, it would be under the games subsection. Okay, so now I just gotta do that for all 6 colors. Team. Just make 6 teams to start. 3, 4, 5, 6. Unauto assign them. Name. This one's going to be orange, yellow, green, blue, and last but obviously not least, because it's the best color and best team, purple. Don't worry about team color, it auto changes to whatever your team is. Interesting. So like if they're named yellow, it'll just automatically do yellow? No? Well, that's odd. Um, they all need to be their own color, else it just shows one. Ah, okay. I thought that's what you had meant when you said it was when you said it would like automatically change the color. I thought that's what you meant. To dark green, blue, and can we get like a lilac? Yeah, we can. Or alder. Close enough. Oh, player.team color. That makes sense. Okay, so the teams are set. Cool. And so now if I go to red, it should assign me to red, in theory. In Roblox theory. Yeah. Okay, cool. Sorry, I'm getting really hyped because it's actually working. So I'm just gonna copy this. And so that was red's thing. We can collapse that, go to green, paste, but then we change this to green. Work smarter, not harder. Then we go to blue. I'm sure there's absolutely no downsides to us copy pasting like this, despite the first thing you learn in any programming class ever being never just copy paste. Just realized it's not really good script. There's nothing checking if the person already owns a tycoon. Okay, well that's easy. We can we can fix that. That's just another if statement, right? If player then, and then we just do a if uh player dot team equals 0, And then we just bump this forward, bump that, 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 and then we just do another end. Oh, we forgot to do then. Why is this? Is it going to tell me the error? No. Equals, wait, dot unassigned. Just do player.team equals nil. Okay. Or it doesn't equal nil. Wait, wouldn't that mean that it's that they do have a value then? Because we want them to not have a value for team. So wouldn't we just do equals equals? Red is the one with the droppers. If their team isn't nil, then let them claim. Else, if it is nil, just let it drop it. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, because nil means that it has no value, and because if we make it so that if it has to not be nil, then they can only get a team if they have a team. Okay, so now we just gotta. This was orange. We just gotta fix this into the other ones. So blue. Sorry, Bucko, you need a tycoon to get a tycoon. I mean, that is just how real life works, though. First ever real educational tycoon. If you have no money, you'll never have money. If you do have money, you'll have all of the money. Man, that'd be really cruel. That'd be like if I made it so that in order to get the first dropper, you needed 50 bucks, and I give them 49. You gotta rob people before you can buy a tycoon. That would be funny. Oh, that'd actually make a cool mechanic. Like if there was a feature that lets you rob a tycoon and that encourages people to get like exterior walls and the lock system. Hmm. Hang on. I think we're onto something. Each person has like 5, 10, 20 bucks and the tycoon costs 3K. I think that might be a little extreme. But what if what if we do have a robbing system? Which would be really funny because this is called non-exploitive tycoon. Just have some real irony going on. Like it's mean. It's mean, but it's funny though. Also, I just realized the stream avatars are levitating off the ground. Let me lower them back down. The very old tycoon systems had no protection against the money, so you could walk up to another base and just steal their cash. I remember that. Yeah. We could bring that back. That could be the point. Hmm. Because again, it encourages getting the like defensive upgrades of like walls and doors and stuff. There is some that allows cash dealing, but put a cooldown on it. That is also a good idea. Hang on, let's finish programming these tycoons we uh before we get ahead of ourselves. So this is red. Yeah, purple. But then you gotta remember what is stopping someone who just finished the tycoon, leaves their door open, and just lets everyone get their cash. Yeah, but um that would basically just be philanthropy. It would encourage philanthropy while also yellow not equal purple. You're right, yellow is not purple. Oh, yeah, you're right. Yellow isn't purple. I know my colors. I'm an adult. Okay, let's test these out, make sure they're all correct. So that we didn't have any more complementary color problems. I do wish we had like a better orange, because that is a really bad orange. Okay, so red works. This one should be orange. Yep. Feel like you should have colored the doors. I'm gonna color the doors and like make all of the things color coded. But I want to get the programming done before I do all the aesthetics. Yellow. Good. Should put like a 60-second cooldown on the stealing thing if I implement it. Yeah, that's what I was gonna do. I was gonna figure out how this language uses timers and do that. One of my favorite things. Why is there six tycoon hand? Why is there six tycoon handles open? What? Anyway, Crypt Cats, thank you for stopping by the stream. Six tycoon handlers open? What do you mean? I am confused as to the question. Starter scripter, don't worry about it. Okay. Am I doing something that's like taboo for this engine? Yeah, we normally have one script that handles it all. Ah. I mean, I'm sure I'll get it at some point. But yeah, as I was saying, usually what I like to do when I learn an engine is just make an entire game out of it and try to incorporate everything I learned from that engine. So like I'm gonna put timers in at some point. I'm probably gonna use arrays in some way. Uh, just have a lot of not like a lot of stuff on the user end, but just to prove to myself that I learned the language and engine. And we already tested red, so I don't know why I'm running back up to red. Okay, cool. Cool, cool. Okay, and for organizational purposes, I'm gonna rename these. Yeah, normally on stream I play games. It's been forever since I've done a actual like programming stream. So sorry that I'm a little rusty, especially since again, new to the language. But I am trying my best. Purple. And after I name yellow, I will check chat because I see it going in the corner of my eye. Okay. Um, I mean, yeah, you're doing it super wrong, but you apparently just started, so I can't judge. You do it in one script, so you don't have to copy over changes to everything. Also, if you're planning to make a tycoon as your first game, as your first like game to try, do not. It looks easy, but it's actually hard for beginners. Yeah, but like, hate to break it to you, but that's kind of the point. I like challenging myself a lot. Like, I I like I like doing things the difficult way just to see if I can. Also, I'm not a him. I'm a her. Frankly, I probably should have put my like VTuber avatar on because uh new audience 'cause new category, but I can put my chair on. I'm just too lazy to go open my actual application. It'll be super hard to find a way though, lol. Wait, what is this replying to? Yeah. Oh, to find a way. I see. They got the spirit. If you actually want to learn Lua, watch like Gnome Code. He has good tutorial. I'm The thing is though, I'm really not good at watching videos to learn things. It I like learning things at my own speed, and having a video just makes it tougher for my brain. Explanations, explanations. I forget what's the word. Sup, chair? How you doing? Okay, I don't know if this is rude to ask, but like, are you trans? Yeah. It it isn't it still in the description of the stream? Also, I'm pretty sure it has it in my tags. Oh, yeah, I have trans femme in my tags. I do not look at tags or descriptions. Well, fair enough. That is fair. Um, but yeah, it's not. Well, I mean, I guess it could be rude for some people to like ask out of the blue, but like I don't know, I'm fine with it. What was I doing? I completely forgot. Oh, is that what trans femme means? What did you think it meant? I'm confused. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's what. I thought you misspelt Transformers. Yes, clearly. I mean that Transformers are feminine. Transformers but feminine. Transfemers. Nice. Bumblebee, but with B spelled B-E-A. Bumblebee. Sorry. Okay. So now that we've got the basic tycoon claiming system done, let's figure out how to make the droppers drop. Do they have scripts that came with them? No, wait, they have a drop. Oh wait, that's dropper. They just misspelled dropper. Cool. They also didn't label any of these. Fun. I really thought these like default Tycoon models would have example scripts, but I guess they did not. I don't know if transfemmers is like a slur, so if I said something wrong, I'm sorry. Imagine saying it twice if you think it's a slur. Whoops. Sorry. This conversation is so funny. Okay, okay. Uh, so let's go ahead and, well, since we're not working with the tycoons right now, we can collapse that. Okay. So let's. I'm getting the weirdest deja vu right now. I could have sworn I just did this yesterday, but I know I didn't because I didn't stream yesterday. Optima, Optimia Prime. I feel like last night I had a dream that we had this exact conversation, and it is such a weird amount of deja vu, but it's whatever. Okay, so we need a, oh, excuse me, script. No, I don't want it to print hello world. Okay, let's review what we learned from the other ones because I completely forgot. So we establish what the thing is and that it exists. Okay. And then we have the owner. I know, deja vu. Yeah, we came from the future to the past of your past dreams, back to the future to the past, etc. What if we actually talked about this yesterday in an alternate universe and it's merging with our current universe? That sounds like it'll rip the fabric of space and time apart. That sounds like that sounds like that theory where of like the fact that Milky Way and Andromeda will collide someday and just rip each other apart if they don't just merge. If I die within 48 hours, you know what? Don't worry, the paradox will get you before then. Okay. So, what we're doing, right, we are reviewing. And so then we establish the entrance and the door. Door touched connect function part. Oh, they named the door like the entrance part. Already have, man. I'm looking right at my three quadrillion selves. Hang on, chair's gonna take a nap because it's blocking the screen. Uh, did I actually learn anything? Don't feel like I did. Okay, so let's get. Hang on. Why did I just collapse that? I'm gonna need that for reference. Oh, duh, it's right here. I'm smart. Um, you should have tilted the chair. Man, chair's gonna chair's gonna wake up and then. Whoa! Wrong element. Nope, that's Avatar. Chair is going to take a nap. Still blocking arguably even more now, but it's funnier. And that's what matters. So, door touched function. connects the given function to the event and returns a connection that represents it. Yeah, but what's this function? Conjunction junction, what's your function? Connects the given function to the event. What? Okay, so that's just telling me what function. Ah! Nugget, thank you for the jump scare. And also thank you for the hydrate. Mm. Some tasty unbranded filtered water. That took so long to play. One of them is on a delay. There are two jump scare me's. One of them is on a delay, and one of them is instant. So that if I see it in come up in the chat, because it comes up in the chat like a millisecond before it plays, I am not able to prepare myself. Because it used to be that I only had the instant one, so if I saw it in chat, I knew to brace myself. But now, if I see it show up in chat, I have very little ways of knowing if it's going to be the delay or the instant, and usually the delay happens right after I let my guard down again. So I thought it through. I guess the one with the space is the delay, and the one with the dash is the instant. Oh, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Ugh. I think I think sound alerts is just a little slow today. But thank you for the jump scare. Okay, so what we want to do, right? We want to define the dropper and then
Right, the
the
poison for
poison for
Cusco, the
Cusco, the
poison
poison that's
chosen
chosen
specially
specifically to kill
Cusco.
Cusco,
Cusco's
Cusco's
poison.
poison. That poison?
That poison?
Yes, that poison.
It's the poison for Cusco.
Pull the
The
lever.
lever,
Wrong.
wrong lever!
Huh?
Why do we even have that lever?
Okay. Thank you for the lever pull and the poison. So we gotta go. Wait, hang on. I already forgot what I saw. I have the memory of a goldfish. We gotta define the dropper and then the dropper piece. So let's do local. No, local is lowercase. Local dropper. Right? Dropper is uppercase? Yeah. Equals script dot parent. Hey, goldfish have amazing memory. Yeah, but the saying is what matters. Local spawn, no, block spawn. Is it camel case or is there upper camel case for for this? Or is it like an underscore, like some completely different format? It's whatever I want. Right. It is because I'm just doing this. Sorry, most of my programming experience comes from like classes where you have to do things certain ways. Local block spawn equals what? No. Why would I why would I want to register that many times? Okay, so I gotta do dropper wait for child block spawn. Is that quotes? No. Wait for child block spawn. I think I did that right? No, it's single apostrophes, not quotes. Yeah, like the AI just the AI lost its mind for a second there. What am I copying? I'm co I'm mimicking this so that I have the block spawn, which is going to be the part where the block spawns and then drops and then goes on the conveyor belt. Or were you asking what the AI was copying? Because I have it isn't like JS. A string can be that or that. Okay, good to know. Cool. I'm used to like Java, JavaScript, and Python and stuff where everything's like much stricter with syntax. In that case, I'm gonna do this so that I know. Okay, so then is there anything else, any other like setup we have to do? No, not really. So actually, wait, I'm going to do another variable. I'm going to do global. Uh, global is not a thing here. Local. Uh, we're going to do local is spawned equals 0 equals 1. And then if is spawned equals 1. So that when we press the button later, global it's underscore G. Okay. You can put that strict on top of the script. What is Oh, isn't strict on top of the script. Okay. Not the right, right. My bad. Hang on. End. No, that's not how you spell end. Also, isn't it yeah. Yeah, that was just a typo. I have no excuse for that time. I I I'm not perfect. If blah then yeah, you're right. Wait, hang on. I'm also not right. Hang on. I know how to do if statements. It definitely hasn't been multiple years. Mm, I'm off to a great first hour. Thank you for linking me the getting started. I will check that out later. I will. That is in my browser now, so thank you. I will check that out off stream because honestly, might just be funnier content if I keep failing repeatedly. Okay, so if it's spawned, then it makes spawned 2. You know what? Let's just make this a boolean so it doesn't do that. There we go. Also look at dev forums and their community tutorials. You might really will need them. Okay. I will also keep that in mind. Okay, so if it's spawned, then so this is all the setup we need. Cool. Next, we need to make a block. So um, let me just let's collapse this and this so we know. where we're working with the file system. So workspace, let's add a new part, right? Let's get rid of this. Ooh, go back, go back in. Go back in. Let's get rid of the search parameters, right? Local part equals instance new part. Yes, that is true. You are correct. I didn't think of that. I was just gonna create a part and then have it spawn an instance of that. I guess that is what you did. Hang on. Yes. Right. Block. So why does it keep linking? Why does it keep linking your... Oh, because it's assuming that it's... No, it's... Wait, what is it linking to? I assumed it was assuming that instance.new is a website, but no, it brought me to namespace. Yeah, I know what instance new means. I'm just trying to figure out why in chat it's showing up as a link. But I guess I don't know what namespace is, so I'm not gonna mess around with this. So why am I doing instance? Look, I never claimed to be smart, except for all the times that I did. If there's one thing you should know about my channel, it's that I am an idiot, and I will never not be an idiot. Instance. Block is already in workspace. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Why is this not? Why? It's an unknown variable. What? Twitch thinks that if you have two words. Okay, so it was trying to bring me to instance.new. I'm just not sure what workspace. Maybe workspace is like a website hosting website or something. I gotta do. Did I do this? No, I don't. Block. Did I spell instance wrong? Kinda dot bad. Not gonna lie. Liar. What am I doing? I forgot to make a loop. That's probably why this is so confusing. Hang on. Let me remember how to make a repeated loop. There's no object called block. Also, it's a capital I. Well, let me create a new object called block then. There. Now there's an object called block. Well, hang on. Now there's an object called block. No, that's not how it works. Okay. Doesn't exactly explain how it. You're just renaming a part. It's still a part. Oh. Well then, why'd you tell me to do that? Wait, hang on. If is spawned is true, then is spawned becomes false. Block spawn transparency equals one. It makes block spawn visible. Otherwise, it becomes true. and then makes it so it's just gonna be flashing? Just gonna no. No, I'm not going to accept that. Okay, let me check. Nope, the script is gonna run once. You're right, there is no while loop. I don't know why I thought it would repeat. I guess, yeah. I don't know why I thought that would happen. Let me. Hang on. Do task wait to do end. While while task wait do what's while task wait that didn't type anything. While task wait do end. So what does this do? Is there a way to turn off this like AI assistant? Because it is bugging me. It will not shut up. Press Alt S, add filter for code assist. Wait, that was Control S. Alt S. Filter. No. Assist. Don't enable. And also don't auto trigger. Cool beans. So what does this do? Yields the current thread until the next heartbeat, given duration, has passed without throttling. Duration. Yields the uh, amount of time in seconds. Okay, well, let's set that to 3, so it drops every 3 seconds. And then, let's do... So after it waits 3 seconds, we want... Or while it's waiting 3 seconds, we have to... Spot... Nope. Let's spot... Yes. This method has been superseded by task.spawn. Task.spawn. What does task.spawn do? Allows for functions in threads. Wait, what? Syntax error. Incomplete statement, expected assignment, or function call. Spawn blank function or thread. Thread. Do we have any functions or threads? No, we don't. Disconnect. Not how I think it works. Good to know. Eventually, eventually I will brute force this programming language into understanding. It allows functions to run in the background. Well, that's a dumb thing to call that. What? Why would they call it spawn? Uh, nope. No. object dot block or dot block because you're spawning a function. Oh, I guess that's true. Okay, there's got to be some sort of function that I can run to create a new instance of an object, right? Like my gut reaction would be uh instance, that's not how you spell instance dot new, no, block dot instance dot new, no. So no, it's not instance dot new because I yelled at last time I did that. What the? Okay, why are you getting so upset? Like I'm attempt local block equals workspace dot block dot clone. Okay, well how was I supposed to know that would be how that is? Like how, where would I get colon clone from? Like that might have been, oh, actually put block in replicated storage. Okay. Let me find that real quick. Replicated storage. Boop. This is gonna be replicated storage. One word, because this is programming. That's lowercase, probably. No. Game.replicated storage. Yeah. Okay. And then I kind of want to see if this just works. It probably won't. Workspace is the only one who has that nice thing. I see. This probably won't work. But let's see if it does. Yeah, because I didn't assign that to anything. Hang on. I didn't do the setup that I said I did. Connect function part. Okay. I don't know why I just X'd out of that. Lock? Why did I call that lock? What? Why is that what I named that? Uh, dropper. Which which dropper is that? Hang on. That's the bulky dropper. I call it heavy dropper. Yeah, it won't work because all clones go into nil and you need to parent it. Okay. Interesting. I assumed I had to what's it called do connect function drop. I need to parent it. Like do that? Is that what you mean? Like if I do block spawn connect function. The only th the only thing would be the cell part. Only thing would be the cell. Oh, I missed a message. Also you don't have a block spawn. I'm guessing Yeah, that is what drop is. That's what I was just about to do. I was just naming the variable that associates to drop as block spawn. Well, there's no part. Droppers don't need a touched connection. Oh. Oh. I just need to name. I see. I misunderstood what was going on. Block spawn. So then just delete this. No. Uh, local block equals, what is it? Game. Well, no, because it's being defined there, so I don't need to define it here. Line 7, make a new line, block.parent equals workspace. Oh, okay. I guess I just assumed that that would be the same, but I guess you're right that that wouldn't be where that is because its current parent is replicated storage. Oh, 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 hey, we got our blocks. Whoa, got a lot of blocks. Hey, okay. So now we just gotta adjust them. So now block dot, um, we gotta do block dot, yeah, position equals block spawn dot position. And we gotta adjust blocks parameters to be smaller. Let's just do a standard one by one by one. Oh no no, do that before the parent. Okay. Right, because then otherwise it'll spawn in and then change. We want it to uh we want it to change before spawning in. Yeah! Yeah, we got it. Ha, ha. Hey, we got it. Ha. Yeah, we got our blocks. That's a victory. Cool. You'd think the gravity would kick in a little faster. Just kind of hovers there first. But that's fine. This is progress. Okay. So now, um, I guess we just do that for the others as well. Like for the other dropper types. Model. So we're gonna name this heavy dropper. So we know which model it is. And this is gonna be block spawn. Wait, it's one word. And this, which one is this again? This is probably the like light dropper, right? Yeah. Because then this one's gonna have three droppers. Uh, basic dropper. Yeah. Okay. So I'm understanding it better now, I think. Let's see if this works. Probably should have moved them closer to myself. Okay. I do have to put copies of the script in the different droppers, it looks like. So let's go this. Nope. I'm gonna go. You can watch this if you want. All right. Thank you for stopping by and hanging out and for the help. You have definitely contributed a lot to this. If you want to, later on you can check out the VOD when it goes up uh, to see how it went. We need to duplicate this, and then we need to bring this into basic dropper. And then we need to rename this to be basic dropper. We need to duplicate this, put it in triple dropper. Now it should work. And I still forgot to bring the droppers closer to myself. Ah, eh? Okay. So now we'll just have to modify each one to have different blocks because clearly something's going wrong here because there's too many block spawns. Okay. So now let's do this. Let's go triple. We block spawn 1, block spawn 2, and block spawn 3. Sorry about that, my headphones decided to turn themselves off. Oh, excuse me. But yeah, to the person that said that I shouldn't start with a tycoon because it's the most complicated, like I said earlier, I do believe that that is kind of the point. Um, like a trial by fire kind of thing. Force myself to learn it at any cost. But also, hate to break it to you, but tycoon games are kind of the only Roblox games I'm interested in. Like there was that fun interliminality game that we played with Jax, but like I'm not interested in horror as a genre, and I really only want to make this one game. Want to make this game to prove to myself that I can, and also so that there's just another non-exploitive uh, tycoon game that's newer. But at the same time, I also just what's it called? I had thoughts, but I forgot them. At the same time, I just it'll come to me eventually. Wait, hang on, is this the new like default texture? Man, when I was complimenting the game Interliminality for its use of this like really detailed wall texture, I didn't realize that was just the default texture. My bad. Let's go. What were we doing? We labeled different block spawns. Hang on, this one is supposed to be one. That's three, and that's two. Okay. Can we move this up? No, doesn't look like it. Okay. Oh, okay, but it fixed itself now. That's good. Okay, so then we gotta get this. So we got block, and we need heavy block, and we need triple block. Part. This is going to be called heavy block, and it's going to be all dimensions 1.5. Okay, and then we need, I don't know why I just started typing triple block. We need that part. Rename triple block. These are going to be all dimensions 0.5. Cool. And then we gotta go to heavy dropper is going to have this. It's instead going to be local heavy block. Okay. And we have basic dropper, which is the same. And then we need triple droppers script. That's going to be triple block one. There's going to be three of those. It's going to be two and three. assign these? We had to find them rather. Three. Copy this. 2, 2, 3. No, wait. 2, 3, and 3. And then let's see if this works. Wait, hang on. Let's make this easier for ourselves before we forget again. Bring that there. That there. That there. Smooth these over. Oh, it's bugging me that this isn't lined up right. It's never gonna line up right. Ah, man. If I just get rid of these. Nice. No. Okay. Well, close enough. These aren't spawning. So normal block is working okay. It's triple block. No. Yeah, it's triple block that isn't working. Heavy block is working fine. What's going on with triple dropper? Oh, because I'm not moving them to the workspace. Yay! Why are they ricocheting so much? These all weren't ricocheting so much on the grass. Interesting. Okay. So next, let's hmm, let's go to block. What is this? Variant. Okay. Hmm. Is there a way to edit its physics so it doesn't jump all over the place? No, it doesn't look like it. Okay. unless it's in attributes. No. But this is where we would add its value. So block is going to be worth 1, let's say. Heavy block would be worth, so 1 squared is 1, or 1 cubed is 1. 1.5 cubed is something I need math for, because I'm not that smart. 3.375. Huh. We'll just do 1, 2, and 3. How about that? So heavy block's going to be worth 3, block's going to be worth 1, and triple block is going to be worth 2. Okay, so now what? What do we do now? I guess now we would program the conveyor belt. Let's do part block. We're gonna have, what are these? Because those aren't parts. Is there like some kind of grouping? Group is they're probably a model. Hmm. Okay, so then we can, I don't know why I keep right clicking. Just plus button. We gotta do script. Is touched specifically with player? No. It contains what it is. Okay, cool. we go over to this, what is part? Part's that. What's part? Part's that. Door is that. Okay. I see. Let's go back to script. No, if we go back to Blue Tycoon handler, we've got I'm gonna fix chair. I'm gonna hide chair. Chair's taking a nap for realsies and stuff. So this is just saying that door is the door object, I think. Entrance is the no, because there's no entrance object. Right, this has to be capitalized, yeah. Script dot parent. And then we gotta do local belts. Call this belts. Equals, what is it? Yeah. Parent, wait for child, name. Conveyor, wait for, no, it's colon. Wait for child, belts. Um, how are we going to interact with block? Obviously, we have to do belt.touch connect function, right? I think. conjunction. Junction, junction, what's your function? So we gotta do what? Workspace dot block, right? Yeah. No. What? Should just block? What's wrong with this? Yeah. Okay. So the character is being defined as whatever the parent of the connecting thing is. And then player is being defined as what Roblox says the character is. Okay, I understand now. So we call it there, but then we define it after in a way that makes it maybe it's just always block. Like maybe it's just always part, and then we gotta do like it's just the vague concept of it connecting to a part, and then we have to do the defining of the block using that. So it'd be like local block equals part. This way it would also move the player as well. And we just gotta move it forward, right? Local if player then yeah. So then how did we do the while task dot wait do? And then what it ends, yeah, it ends with end, which automatically types. Block dot whatever what are our options? I would obviously go with position, but is there a way to just do like momentum? No, it just has to be position. block dot position equals plus plus. I don't think that'll work because it requires three numbers, but yeah, no. Okay. Hang on. Equals block dot x plus plus block block dot y plus plus block dot z plus plus. Doesn't position call for three variables? What does position call for? Block dot. Start with that. Yeah, it's vector 3. Hmm. I don't know why I did that twice, but let's see. There's got to be some way for us to do this conveyor belt, right? Like, we want it to change the position each. I would really like it if my headphones would stop turning themselves off. Okay, we want it to change position each frame that it's the uh still on the conveyor belt. So what I assumed was that we would change the position to be wait, is it just block dot x dot get dot get x get posi dot x dot posi dot locate no what I would have assumed anyway is I'll show it. So it's block dot x block dot y block dot c, right? So then so that would bring it back to this same position. But then, say it's moving on the x-axis, we would want it to be plus plus, or like plus equals 1. And, or if it's y, we would just move that over. We would increment it, right? Probably not by such a big amount. Probably be like 0.01 or zero point 0.1 rather. But it's saying, right, that it wants only one variable for this vector 3 position. Wait, am I just dumb? I am. I am just dumb. Okay. Is it just plus? Is it just plus to increment? Plus equals 1? Is it registering x and stuff correctly? Doesn't look like it. Hang on. Let's do local x equals block. We gotta define block first. Hang on. Local x equals block dot position dot x. There we go. Local y equals block dot position dot y. Local z equals block dot position dot z. So now it's x, y, z. And we want x to be incremented. No, we don't. We want x to be incremented here. Is incrementing just not a thing? Plus 1? It's just plus 1. So let's make this plus 0.1. Let's see if that works. Let's make it a more noticeable difference. Let's try doing block dot position equals. Okay. What are we doing wrong? Did I have to put a number in there? No. Let's try putting it under the conveyor belts. See if that helps. Can you stop being to scale? Stop it. I want you to be flat. Scale 2. What? Oh, that's for pivoting. Builds. There we go. Okay. Because every time I move it, I'll have to reselect belt, which is a little annoying, but feasible. Okay, let's see if this moves the blocks at least. No. If anything, it stopped their jankiness from before. It's also levitating. Hmm. These also levitating? No. It's because it's not anchored. No, it is anchored. Why is this not working? Local conveyor. Maybe it has to be block. Block. That's not it. Make it integer. Nope. I don't understand. This does not make much sense to me. Door touched connect. I don't know why that's the first part I read, but we defined build. Is it just because I didn't put parent in? No. Hmm. Because, like, the conveyor belt is arguably the most important part of this. So if we can't get the conveyor belt to work, we're kind of screwed, you know? Like, we kind of have to scrap the whole thing if we can't get the conveyor belt to work. Well, task wait, do. Block that position. Block dot set position. Set attribute. I don't think it's an attribute though. Yeah, no. Wait, hang on. I could have just done this wrong. Set attribute. Right. We got block position. Right? We got unknown global set attribute. Block dot set attribute. Attribute string value any. Okay. And we got value. Right? You guys smell what I'm cooking? I don't smell what I'm cooking. I don't understand. Let's undo a bit. Let's get back to where we had set position. No, where we had position. Is there a set position? No. You know what? Hang on. I'm sure it's in the documentation somewhere. Okay. Like it's gotta. It's gotta. Script recommendations. Locations. Let's get properties and attributes. Making experiences interactive often means manipulating object properties and attributes. Properties are part of the object class. For example, the base part.anchored property controls physics for the part. In a track and field experience, you may want to anchor a discus or javelin the instant it lands so that players have a visual indicator of how far it traveled. Okay. Attributes are essentially custom properties that you define. For example, a plant reference project uses attributes to set the purchase price for seeds and the maximum plant size that a pot can hold. Before you begin retrieving and manipulating objects, you must have an understanding of replication order. The Roblox engine doesn't guarantee the order in which objects are replicated from the server to the client, which makes the instance wait for child, which we have, method essential for accessing objects in client scripts, particularly objects in the workspace. Still, some aspects of the process are predictable. The client loads the contents of replicated first, such as a loading screen, assets, and scripts. Local scripts and scripts with a run context of client use replicated first in uh, wait, local scripts in replicated first run. These scripts can safely get objects from replicated first without using wait for child. Okay. These scripts can't safely get objects from other services because they might not have loaded yet. You can use wait for child in these scripts to get objects from other services, but doing so negates the benefits of using replicated first. The client continues loading the rest of the experience. When it finishes, the game.loaded event fires and game.endGameIsLoaded returns true. Hello, are you new to Studio? Because I am too. Thank you for the follow, Pink Funny Bunny. Yes, I am new to Studio. I'm also new to Lua and Luau, so I'm learning the language and engine as I go. Like I keep saying, the engine is very Unity-esque. So the engine itself, I'm pretty okay with. It's just figuring out how to get the language to do what I want to do is the tough part. Like right now, I'm trying to figure out how to get this conveyor belt to move blocks that drop on it this way. Um, nice. I'm learning modeling and somewhat good at building. Nice. Um, I I assumed, and I guess this is where I went wrong, that you could modify the position by like incrementing it, but it doesn't seem like that. So I'm currently reading through the the documentation. Have I used DeepSeek for scripting? No, I haven't. I don't know what DeepSeek is. I haven't heard of that one, I don't think. You can use wait for child and use scripts to get objects from other services, but doing so negates the benefits of using replicated first. The child continues loading the rest of the experience. When it finishes, the game.loaded event fires and game is loaded returns true. Local scripts in players.player.player scripts copied from starter player scripts run as it's an AI thing that's very good for problem solving. If you ask it how to do something, it will tell you in detail. I use it sometimes. That is a thing that I could do. I'm not going to, though. But thank you for the suggestion. As well as scripts and replicated storage. These scripts can safely get objects, blah, 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 more load order stuff. Get objects, more universal solution, modify properties. Properties are straightforward to access. Just use a dot after the object reference. Although if you're working with a model, you might need to choose an individual part rather than the model itself. So their example is, oh, duh, it's the exact same as every other language, and I'm just dumb. Whoops. Okay, let's try this for real now. It should work. It's gonna be real jank because I have it moving a full increment every 1 second. But uh 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 hmm hmm. If I just do +1. Boop, boop. What if I just did the increment in the wrong spot? Nope. Okay. I should probably actually read the thing instead of just jumping to thinking I understand how it works. Properties are straightforward to access. Just use a dot after the object reference. Uh, if you're working with a model, you might need to choose an individual part rather than the model itself. So their example is the model chair has left armrest, right armrest, seat, and back. So they did local replicated storage equals game get service replicated storage. Oh, I didn't do that. I don't think. Wait, I don't think I need to. Chair left armrest dot size vector new. Is there like a vector update? What happens if I just do vector3 dot? What are my autofill options? X-axis. Yes. Plus plus. No. +1. Uh-huh. Could that work? No. No, it could not work. Hmm. Vector 3 with a value of 1 on the y-axis, z-axis, the x-axis. Oh, that's saying it goes on the x-axis. So I'd have to go new. Z, Z. Like that. Just that. X plus 1. What's it? What's its problem? UX. Just that? I'm so confused. Theirs is just vector 3 dot new and then 3 numbers. Maybe I have to do that. Wait, maybe I have to do that. Block dot part dot position. Hmm. That was not intended. What if, right? What if I do local uh blah no. What if I do local basic dropper e uh basic dropper equals game get service basic dropper And then we do local block equals basic dropper dot colon wait for child block. Does this work? It's only theoretically going to work with the basic dropper. No, does not look like it'll work. Hmm, that's weird. Oh wait, create attributes. Although you can create attributes program programmatically, the more common solution is to create them with the default values in the Studio user interface. Then you can use scripts to modify their values in response to player actions. No, that's not what I was looking for. Never mind. Hmm. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Like, it seems like this should work, right? But it's not. And I don't know why it's not. How about this? We'll call stream here for now, right? And then when we come back next stream, I'll have this done and I'll explain how I did it. I will do research off stream, and all that cool jazz, right? Next stream, when I come back, we'll do another programming stream and I will explain how I got the conveyor belt to work. If I got the conveyor belt to work. If we don't do a programming stream next time, I probably am really stumped on this, and it will take a while before the next programming stream. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the stream. Uh, I know it was a bit different because it's been a while since we've done any sort of programming stream, and I am rusty, so I apologize that you guys had to basically teach me how to do this. Uh, but I tried my best. I think that's kind of all you guys can hope for with how bad at everything I am. But yeah, so I already said what we're going to be doing next stream. Let me go ahead and see who's streaming, and then we can do our outro. You guys can't hear me, right? Yeah, okay, cool. I want to make sure my headphones didn't turn off again. Okay, who's going right now? Looks like Shark streaming. We'll raid Shark. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed the stream. Make sure to let me know if you want to see more programming streams. And see you guys next time. Bye bye. Peace out. I forgot to say stay minty.